Hey Capers kids, today we're going to be investigating my most favorite animal in the whole world. But Detective Dan and I need your help to find him. Right, Detective Dan?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Hey, Jungle Jan, what animal are we looking for again?
Well, we're investigating the American alligator, but what we're really looking for is the rare white alligator. Can you help me find the white alligator, Detective Dan?
Why, sure I can, because I am a detective.
Well, great. Let's listen to these clues and learn all about the American alligator. A long time ago, way back in the day, when our country was still very young, explorers thought alligators were fire-breathing dragons. Today, we know that alligators are mostly shy. As our gator cam shows, if you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. Alligators rarely attack unprovoked. However, stay away from their nest. And their babies. They'll fight to the death for their young. Early Seminole Indians seem to call the alligator Howpatar or Alapata, but alligators are even older than any human being. Now that's a real gator traffic jam.
I love alligators.
I love alligators.
You love alligators.
You love alligators.
I love alligators. Hope they never go to school. Swim around in ponds and lakes, and sometimes in backyard pools, eating snakes, fish, birds, and a side of frog legs. Don't you bother them, and they won't bother you. I love alligators, and alligators love you. I love alligators.
I love alligators.
You love alligators.
You love alligators.
I love alligators. Hope they never go to school. Swim around in ponds and lakes, and sometimes in backyard pools, eating snakes, fish, birds, and a side of frog legs. Don't you bother them, and they won't bother you. I love alligators, and alligators love you. See you later, alligator.
Alligators are great survivors. They have two little holes in their nostrils that can open up to get air and to close tight under the water when they hold their breath. Did you know that alligators can hold their breath for about 2 hours or more? That's a long time. Most people can only hold their breath for a few minutes. An alligator's eyes are on top of his head. This allows him to see above the water, like a periscope on a submarine, even though his body's still under the water. If an alligator bumps his head, he can pull his eyes down into his skull. Alligators protect their eyes with two eyelids, one on each eye. One shuts up and down like ours, and one wipes from side to side, like a car's windshield wipers. Alligators make all types of sounds. They bellow, they hiss, they grunt and snort. The way they hear us is with two little ears behind their heads. Their ears can also close tight to keep water out. Alligators have great hearing and can hear other alligators from far, far away, even underwater. Some people think the most dangerous part of the alligator is the tail. Watch out! Alligators will use the tail as a weapon, but the part you better watch out for is the mouth. Inside the alligator's mouth are lots and lots of teeth, about 80 of them. These teeth will punch plenty of holes in whatever they catch. The alligator's mouth is very powerful. Once something gets caught in his mouth, there's little chance of getting it back out. Like some dinosaurs, an alligator has bony plates down his back. This area of his body helps the alligator to warm himself in the sun. Hey, do you see that little gator right there? Her name is Blondie. She's called that because of the blonde complexion under her chin and on her belly. Check her out.
Jungle Jan, what color is an alligator?
That's a good question. Many people think that the alligator is green in color, but actually they look black when they're in the water. Even though alligators are great hunters and will eat birds, they can also offer birds a lot of protection and safety. Many birds purposely build their nests near alligators, which makes their home safe from opossums, snakes, and raccoons. These animals eat birds' eggs, but they won't come around if they know an alligator lives in the neighborhood.
Jungle Jane, how can you tell if an alligator is a girl or a boy?
Ah, another good question, Kapers kid. Well, the easiest way to tell the difference between a girl alligator and a boy alligator is by its size. Let me ask you, do you think boy alligators are smaller or bigger than girls?
Bigger!
You're so smart. Boy alligators can grow to an average of 14 feet long, and that's big, while girl alligators will grow about 9 or 10 feet long. Alligators usually grow about a foot a year. Therefore, a 5-foot alligator is about 5 years old. You know, you're full of questions today, and that reminds me. Let's go check our Kapers mailbox for other Kapers Kids questions.
Woohoo! Here's a letter from Jessica Anderson in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jessica wants to know, what do alligators eat? Well, Jessica, alligators will eat almost anything they catch. Young alligators feed mostly on small animals like fish and eggs and bugs, and larger alligators will eat these things too, only bigger.
Hey, what's all this talk about a white alligator? I never heard of such a thing.
I don't know. I never seen a white alligator before.
Well, you know, I don't know about a white alligator living in my swamp.
Well, why not?
Because it looks kind of funny.
So, we're all the same. Even though we're a little different, no matter what color we are, we're all still alligators.
Maybe you're right.
I know I'm right. The more we learn about others who are different from us, the better we'll all get along out there in the swamp.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, shh, and let's watch the show. It's about a white alligator named Lucky.
All right. Maybe being different ain't so bad after all.
Animal Tales!
Lucky, the white alligator. Way down in the Everglades, in the dark, murky waters of the swamp, was born a rare white alligator named Lucky. When he hatched, he barely noticed that he was a little different from the green baby alligators until one day.
Whoa, that was close. Where did everybody go?
Lucky was still just a baby alligator, and he did not know about a lot of things. When Lucky looked around, he didn't realize that he was getting further and further away from his home. So he decided to go on land to warm himself in the sun.
Ah, that feels good.
And Lucky fell asleep. When he woke up many hours later, Lucky's skin was all pink and red and hurt a lot.
Ouch!
Do you know what happened? Lucky didn't know it, but he had gotten a terrible sunburn, so he went back into the water to cool off. As soon as he entered the water, a big fish came along and tried to eat him. But Lucky got away once again.
Funny, I don't feel so lucky anymore.
Lucky kept swimming. He swam and he swam until he found himself in a place at the edge of the Everglades called a lagoon. Knowing that he was very lost, he swam down to the white bottom of the sandy lagoon, between the shady roots of the mangrove trees, where he seemed to disappear. Here he decided to stay and take a nap once again. When Lucky woke up, he swam to the top of the lagoon, where he caught the eye of a Seminole Indian chief. Lucky was afraid, so he sank just below the surface of the water and watched the chief from the safety of the lagoon.
Don't be afraid, little ghost, for you are special to these waters.
Lucky was intrigued and said,
Me? Special?
Yes, you have come to bring great luck to all those who look into your eyes.
Lucky laughed.
I'm afraid that I have no luck, sir. Birds try to swoop me up, and the sun hurts my back, and a big fish wants to eat me too. I don't feel so lucky.
Stay in these waters, and people will come from all around to look upon you.
Lucky was so excited about what the chief had said that he decided to stay in the lagoon forever. And just like the chief promised, people did come from all over to see the rare white alligator and to take his picture. The end.
You know, Detective Dan, Lucky the White Alligator is based on a real story.
Really, Jungle Jan?
Yes, white alligators really have all those problems that Lucky had, getting eaten by birds, big fish, sunburn. Matter of fact, they couldn't even survive out in the wild.
You know, I could teach him some survival tips. They call me Wild Man Dan.
Well, fortunately for the white alligator, we don't have to worry about that. 18 of the white alligators were found together right as they were hatching from their nest. Now that they live at various parks and zoos across the country, they're protected where everyone can see them.
And take their picture, right?
Oh, yes, and take their picture. People come from all over just to get a look at them. Some people really do believe that white alligators are good luck.
So, we have to look for the white alligator at a park or zoo.
Although Detective Dan can't find the white alligator, our Kapers kids did find a white alligator at Parrot Jungle Zoo in Miami, Florida. Let's go there and check it out.
This is the rare white alligator. This alligator is named Coco, and he is 7 years old. He's an albino alligator, and he's exactly the same as any other alligator, except that he's lacking the dark color that most alligators have. In 1995, this alligator was found with 18 other baby alligators in the bayous of Louisiana. They were easy to spot because their white skin stood out against the dark waters of the swamp. These alligators were collected and sent to zoos around the world. It's a good thing these white alligators were sent to zoos because these precious little babies wouldn't have survived more than a few days out in the wild. They can't hide very well from animals who want to eat them. If this alligator would be in the direct sun for more than 45 minutes, he would have such a terrible sunburn that it could kill him. Also, white alligators can't hunt for food very well because the animals they're hunting can see them so easily that they would run away before the alligator could catch it. The white alligator would probably starve to death in the wild. There's a legend of the white alligator that says if you ever run into one, you should look directly into his eyes and you'll have good luck. But approaching any alligator, white, green, or black, is very dangerous. So if you see an alligator, stay far, far away from it.
Well, Detective Dan, we sure have learned a lot today. We've learned about the American alligator.
But where is it?
Where is what?
The white alligator.
At the zoo.
What zoo?
Zoos across the country like Parrot Jungle.
I've got it.
Got what?
I know where I can find a white alligator.
Where, Detective Dan?
Parrot Jungle.
I think you're right.
I'll check it out.
Should I tell them? Well, if you want to see a white alligator face to face, don't forget to visit your local parks and zoos. You can check them out on the internet.
Jungle Jan, where can I find Parrot Jungle?
I'll tell you later. See you next time, Capers kids, on Animal Capers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.